I saw John Langle, our attorney, who's been with the team for over a decade. He walked into our lives and he changed it forever. He came in and we said, John, we have some dreams and we think they're crazy. And he goes, no, they're not crazy, they're actually courageous. And so we said, okay, great, can you get them done? We actually said, John, we have a legacy we want to leave. We have a list of things. We used to write them on napkins to him. We have a list of things that we want to get done on and off the field. We want the next generation to be left with a better place, with a better team than we have now. Can you get it done for us? He says, I'll do whatever I can. And Alan knows this well, I'm sure. Rothenberg, he used to sit on the other side of the table. He says, I'll get it done for you. And he would come back and he would get it done. So, John, thank you for changing the course of history of this team. I saw the U.S. Soccer Federation and all the great people there, taking some years to come around, I might add, but they came around. And when they came around in fashion because they have now set the standard for how women's soccer teams, national teams, should be supported worldwide. And every other country strives to do what our U.S. Soccer Federation is doing with our women today. It's phenomenal. The way they support them, the way they put them in residency, the way they train them. We have countries and people all over the world who stop us, who would come up to us after games and say, how did you get it done? Tell us, how did you get your federation to pay attention? And I see people like Alan Rothenberg, Marla Messing, who back in 1996, when they said we want to bring the World Cup to the United States, they said, okay, we want to bring it here, but as Sunil was pointing out, we just don't want to bring it here and put it on the East Coast in small stadiums. We want to bring it here and we want to put it in the Rose Bowl. We want to put it in Giant Stadium. And I'm sure back in 1996, Alan and Marla got laughed at. But they had the vision and the courage to believe in that, and look what came from that. So I thought it was wonderfully fitting that Alan went in with his girls today. Thank you, Alan. I saw my friend Billie Jean King over and over telling me to get off my butt and do something. That is what was so great about her. She said, Foudy, what do you want for the next generation? What is your legacy? And this is something we worked with the team a lot. And we worked with John Langle, is leaving a legacy. It was so important to us. And talk about a woman who understands legacy. I saw my coaches on the national team. I saw Anson Dorrance, my very first coach, telling us that I admire talent, but I respect courage. I'll never forget that. It basically translates to get out there and rip their heads off. He set the foundation for the work ethic that became the national team. This blue-collar, gritty, didn't matter how many goals you scored, it didn't matter where you came from, we were in it together as a family. And so I thank Anson for that. I saw Tony teaching us to switch into different systems, to be versatile, to deal with adversity on the field. We can go from a 4-4-2 to a 3-4-3 to a 5-4-1 to my favorite system, which was like a 0-0-11. And you mean I could play defense, coach? And what a great lesson for life. It taught us so much confidence and versatility. I saw my third coach, if I could get to it, April Heinrichs. From being our first great captain on the national team and winning a World Cup with her, to being our great leader and leading us back to gold, coming full circle in 2004. I saw my brothers and sisters who are here today. My two brothers and my sister, they spent 18 years crisscrossing the globe with their families in tow, their kids in tow, stuck in airports. But they were the first ones in the stands, cheering, there to support me. And I thought, how lucky was I to have such a great support group and network there, every World Cup, every Olympics. So thank you for being there this entire journey. I saw my incredible extended family. Again, many of them here today. Aunts and uncles, cousins. I can't name them all because there's too many, but they were the Rowdy Foudy section. And it was the first section I would look for when I am the person. Thank you, Boo. And finally, as I sat here and thought of all these people racing through my mind and all the people that have impacted me in my life, I came back to our 8-month-old. And I thought that, I couldn't share these moments with her, but that didn't matter because I could share the people. And that was most important. And the people are going to be here for a lifetime for Izzy. And she's going to grow up into a strong and confident and happy woman because of those people that have shaped my life and defined my life. Brian Andreas, one of my favorite artists and poets, says it best. He says, "Don't you hear it?" she asked. And I shook my head no, and then she started to dance. And suddenly there was music everywhere, and it went on for a very long time. And when I finally found the words, all I could say was thank you. So thank you to you all for sharing this special dance with me. Thank you.
America faces many challenges, and I just realized a new one has been added to the list. It's called Following Foudy. Good luck, Mia. I'm not touching this one. But first of all, let's direct your attention to the video screen for a special presentation for Mia Hamm.
He's proud to induct Mia Hamm, the most talented goal scorer in women's soccer history. She is also one of the most popular female athletes in modern history, attracting more attention to the game than any other soccer player, male or female.
And I'd like you to hear some words from Anson Dorrance, coach, college coach, national team coach, person who knows Mia probably better than anybody does in the soccer world.
30 years from now, a woman running for president of the United States will be asked about the defining moment of her childhood. And she will answer without missing a beat: the 1999 Women's World Cup Soccer Tournament. If it's not a female presidential candidate, it will be a female CEO of one of the nation's most successful Fortune 500 companies, or the top-ranking woman in the military, or the female chancellor of one of the great universities. It's going to happen. In 2029, an important woman will talk about the fact that for the first time in a non-Olympic year, she watched and cheered for women who looked just like she did when she grew up. She will say, the World Cup showed her that sports could be as inviting to her as they had been to her brother. She will look back and say that after the summer of 1999, she never felt silly or unpopular or out of place playing sports. Christine Brennan wrote that in her USA Today column on July 9th, 1999, the day before the U.S.-China final. She predicts wonderfully the inspirational legacy of the beautiful games, beautiful player that we honor today.